Well, following on from my interview with the Chief Minister, as I was leaving, Mr. Quirk sort of was there just outside the office, and quite rightly, I suppose, people think you should have your side of this, because there are two sides of the coin. I mean, you're holding in your hand a Maxi Pen, which you're not happy with, obviously. Although the story, I think, is quite good. It's just you don't like the headline, I think.
No, I don't like the headline at all. And if that's the way Isle newspapers want to sell their papers, I would encourage the population there not to buy it.
I mean, but surely that's their job to sell newspapers, and that headline would have sold a lot of newspapers.
The shame is that the population will only see the headline. We've already seen issues from the internet trolls who have flashed the paper up. One of the biggest issues is on here at the minute is there will be an apology from Isle newspapers, especially to the South Douglas member, Bill Malarkey, because he's actually named down here as Bill Henderson.
Oh, okay.
So when you look at the particular document,
do you not think, though, in the Isle of Man, we're just not used to having these sort of
flash?
Yeah, I mean, in the UK, it happens all the time. Is it you're just being sensitive?
No, not really. I think we need to push over there the truth that's behind it. When you look at this particular document now, this document that was sent out to members there, what was happening here is it's biased. It's in the inner town parking zone area, so we're going to lose those civil servants, as like my other colleagues have said in Tynwald, and I feel quite chuffed, really, that the Legislative Council, including the Bishop, to tell you the truth, although he didn't vote the right way at the end, but his contribution towards the debate was quite right. If it's going to be fair, it has to be fair to all of us.
Okay, but I mean, next month it's going to go back for this consolidated vote. Now, the Chief Minister is saying you can't alter that; it'll have to stay as is. So I thought it'd be amendments. Does that mean they have to withdraw that motion and bring in the...
It's actually in the hands of the Minister, Minister Gorn, and his members in his department. That's Mrs. Beecroft. There's also in there too is John Horton and Chris Thomas. Now, I would ask or appeal to the members of that department. I believe Mrs. Beecroft actually sanctioned this, so she's the member that's in the transport policy section there, is to say, can she really hold a hand on her heart and say this is fair to the population we've got in the Isle of Man? We have a population of about 85,000, the working population probably of about 35, 40. It definitely discriminates, and I'll give you a prime example of that. The Home Affairs Department was in Woodburn Road, was in the disc zone. It's now been moved to Tynwald, down where the Water Authority is, right? It's not in it anymore. So they're now all exempt. And why is that? Because it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be exempt because the taxpayer is already paying for the car parks, the maintenance of them, no matter where it is on the Isle of Man. There's a government commitment with taxpayers' money to pay for that facility.
Let's make this clear. Are you happy? I mean, we keep hearing everyone's having to pay. It's just, you think it's flawed, the actual legislation that was proposed? It's flawed.
It should have been separate. It should have been one for us and one for the civil servants, and then we could have had a more incentivied debate with members, and quite rightly, the two new members, I don't know what their experience was of the first...
They went with the...
Yeah, they were probably like rabbits in a headlight, and that's a strong word to say to them, but I was probably the same when you're first in there. But the devil, and I always say to people, and I always say in the chamber itself, the devil's in the detail. What we're asked is to support the documents here before us.
If that goes back next month, consolidated, you will vote the same way, will you?
Yes. If that document comes back in the same way, I'll be voting against. Right. And my hand on heart, I have clear conscience on that. I will pay the fee. There's no difficulty with that at all.
Do you see how the public perception is on this thing? I mean, it's especially the MLCs. I mean, it's Jeff Corkish on DOI anyway. He's actually in there in that department, isn't he? I think, but maybe wrong. But
he voted against.
That's what I'm trying to say. That he was divided.
He took a practical decision, and he looked at it overall. It was a shame that wasn't separated. One for us, I should say, one for the civil servants, and we could have looked at it properly.
But are you really surprised that people take this attitude? I mean, the same with the Chief Minister, that he wants to talk about the development fund and that, which is fine. But the public, this one has got that legs on it. It's going to go on for weeks and weeks and weeks. People are concerned about parking. Then this, where it was brought to Tynwald, you think is the problem, not the actual underlining issue that you will pay for some parking.
That's right. And my concern is here, actually, the people who actually supported this document here actually are putting a death nail into Douglas. They're definitely putting a death nail into businesses in Douglas, definitely putting a death nail into those businesses that are sitting in Strand Street, and making the capital even weaker.
Will you be going to see Phil Gorn? Will you be hammering on his door?
I will be. The first thing I'll be doing is writing, like I believe some of the members have done, to the newspapers asking.
What do you want? A retraction, an apology? I mean,
no.
It's not nothing
I mean,
like that, is it? That's the headline. They just
the story's gone now. But I mean, what we need to do, and I think what's happened here, when members sit back in the chamber, if this document is not redrafted or amended in any way, shape or form that makes it fairer for the population of the Isle of Man, because it talks about fairness in this document, but it's not, because it's only in the Douglas inner zone. And I think you'll find that more members will be joining on our side to vote against this. And it's not an issue to the public out there. It's not an issue to do with politicians at all, where they do part.
You're worried they've read that headline and will have made their thoughts up purely from the headline. So what do you expect Isle of Man newspapers to do? Sorry, you didn't finish that. What do you want to do? Write something up? Or?
No. What I want the population out there is to, if they want to read this newspaper, don't just look at the headline, read the whole story.
But you said you're going to write to Isle of Man newspapers. What are you going to say to them?
I'm just going to comment to them. I thought that the headline was inappropriate, bit sensationalism.
People say man up, you know.
I know.
You're a politician. You've got to,
Well,
take the rough with the smooth.
I suppose that's why I've got an interview with you. I can give my side of the story.
Okay, well, this goes on, and we'll see where it lands.
But we live to fight another day.